Welcome to another edition of Robot Wars Grand Champions. So far, we're halfway through the Heat playoffs. And if you've never seen robots before, this is the place to be. Because we've got some serious industrial strength, metal mashing and bashing, where there can only be one winner.
Eight of the world's meanest fighting robots are waiting in the semifinals. 8 more will join them. One of them will be fighting here tonight. I'm your host, Joni, bringing you all the action from the most thrilling robot tournament ever. On Robot Wars Grand Champions, damage is guaranteed. Let's go down to the arena and get it started.
All right, Joni, last time on Robot Wars, Willie Big Cheese just squeaked through to win it. And there they are to join the other illustrious 7 for the halfway point. So here's the action for tonight. Small Torque, Centurion, and Splinter will be joining us. But first up, Destruct-A-Bubble, Killerhurtz, and Eric. You better hold on to your seats, because this is going to be a scorcher.
From Framfield in East Sussex, Eric.
Eric in at around 170 pounds. Not the tightest turning circle in the world, but that lifting arm has got to be one of the biggest ones I've seen in this Robot Wars series.
Hello, my name's Ian Nicholson. This is Bruce, my son, and Mike Hamilton, the other member of the team. This is Eric. It's powered by 2 wheelchair motors off of 24-volt batteries. It goes at about 12 miles an hour, because that's as fast as we can control it. Our main weapon is this lifting arm, which is hydraulically driven. It has an accumulator on it, which helps it to move fast. That's it, really.
From Oxford, seated number 16, Killerhurtz.
Well, they probably call it Killerhurtz because when they kill you, it hurts. They've used a plexiglass shell and chassis to definitely cut down on the weight of this bot.
This is Killerhurtz. I'm John. This is Dominic. And Rebecca.
Hi.
Electric powered, 2 electric 1,000 watt motors. It's main drive power. Car style steering, independent steering front wheels, here and here, and nice little axe, pneumatically powered axe, driven by this large pneumatic ram developing about 800 kilos of thrust, almost a ton.
From Chelmsford in Essex, Destruct-A-Bubble.
Destruct-A-Bubble sounds more like an invitation than a robot, and it looks more like a septic tank. What's going on, guys? A carbon fiber and Kevlar shell. Let's see if they can stay out of the way.
This is Destruct-A-Bubble. I'm Bill Cousins. This is Malcolm Burrows. He's the weapons officer. This is my son Lawrence. He's the pilot. Destruct-A-Bubble is a truncated sphere. Has all the weight in the bottom. It's impossible to leave upside down. And he's armed with this pneumatic spike.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Eric with Bruce and Ian Nicholson and Mike Hamilton at the controls. And Killerhurtz with John Reed, Dominic Parkinson, and Rebecca Reeston Brown. There's Destruct-A-Bubble with Bill Cousins, Lawrence Cousins, and Malcolm Burrells.
2, 1, activate.
And Killerhurtz off to an early start. He looks like he means business as Eric is sizing up the opposition. Look at the size of that pneumatic lifting arm on that thing. Destruct-A-Bubble doesn't look to me like it's got too much in the way of weapons. It's just gonna flounder around. Oh! Killerhurtz gets launched over Eric with that lifting arm. Now Eric's gonna try the back door. Got that lifting arm up a bit. Well, Killerhurtz gets out of it, though, and goes straight into the back at Destruct-A-Bubble, taking on the invitation, no doubt. Eric and Killerhurtz look to be the battle in this round. Killerhurtz with a huge run at Destruct-A-Bubble, but it doesn't look like there's too much destruction going on. Now, you gotta remember, only 2 robots will make it through from this round. And if it goes down to a judge's decision, they'll be deciding on damage, control, style, and aggression. As Killerhurtz has its axe buried into the side of Eric. Eric's dragging him away. And Shunt comes in to break up the headlock. And break it up he does. Back to the corner patrol zone for Shunt. Killerhurtz is looking who to take out next. Oh, Sergeant Bass with a flamethrower scared Killerhurtz right into Destruct-A-Bubble. And look at that axe go right through that Kevlar shell. Well, that's the meanest axe I've seen in Robot Wars so far. But Eric has got that lifting arm that's going to do damage to Killerhurtz if they can't get out of it. 6 seconds left. Well, it may have to go to the judges unless Destruct-A-Bubble's deemed immobilized. Let's see.
Cease.
And there it is on a judge's decision. Killerhurtz and Eric burst any future dreams of Destruct-A-Bubble. More up after the break. Welcome back to Robot Wars. If you've just joined us, you would have missed the last battle going down to a judge's decision where Eric and Killerhurtz burst any future dreams of Destruct-A-Bubble. And Killerhurtz was dishing out some free lobotomies on the side. So there it is. Killerhurtz and Eric go through to meet the winner of Centurion, Small Torque, or Splinter.
From Edinburgh, Small Torque.
Small Torque with a big, chunky spinning disc at just over 175 pounds can go up to 20 miles an hour, upside down or right side up.
Hi, I'm Richie, this is Alex, and this is Martin, and we're Team Small Torque. We've been in the last 2 wars. We've come back this year with a faster machine. We've got a bigger disc that goes around about 4,000 RPM, should do a lot of damage. We can be flipped and still run around, and if that happens, the disc will drag us along even faster. So hopefully we'll have a good fight and do some damage and get through to the final.
From Norwich, Splinter.
Well, there it is, Splinter with 2 lateral axes. We haven't seen that yet on Robot Wars. 15-mile-an-hour top speed, and they can shovel snow in the winter.
This is my dad, Stuart, and I'm Craig. This is our robot Splinter, and together we make Team Ivanhoe.
Yeah, Splinter's got very high traction tires here, and it's powered by 2 Bosch motors. The main weapon is these 2 arms here, powered by wheelchair motors. They're quite powerful, and the idea is to get under the other robots and grab hold of them, chop them, and ram them into the side wall.
From Dagenham in Essex and seated number 31, Centurion.
Centurion with a pneumatic axe and a huge clearance on that front lifter, which is capable of lifting over 300 pounds. Let's see how well it does for him.
Hi, my name's Ray Tate, this is my brother Matt, and this is our friend here, Jeff Bradford. This is our robot, Centurion. She's powered by 2 750-watt industrial motors. We've got a nasty axe on the back here to do some damage, producing a force of about 15 tons. We've got a nice set of lifting forks on the front here that give us well over a nice 2-foot lift, powered by an 80mm cylinder, producing about half a ton of force there.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Splinter with a father and son team of Stuart and Craig Waitman. And Small Torque with Richie and Alex McBride, Martin Sloss. There's Centurion with Matthew and Ray Tate and Jeff Bradford.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Centurion off to an early start. Splinter takes a short pause, but look at the lifting arm of Centurion. Almost tipped over Splinter, and tipped over he gets, but from Small Torque from the left side. Wow, Splinter knew to get out of there with those axes. Didn't matter what kind of weapon they were running, they were getting ganged up on. This battle could go either way, anybody's game, because I'll tell you, they've all got strong, strong features. Every one of them different from each other. Splinter can definitely contain with those axes. Maybe not too much penetrating power. And look at the front wheel of that beautiful Small Torque machine. Completely self-contained. As Centurion comes down with the axe, it's a little tag team action. Splinter and Centurion ganging up on Small Torque. Well, let's see if Small Torque's got something to say about it. Uh-oh, shot down with the axe into the corner patrol zone. Not a good place for Small Torque. Splinter, oh, got one of their arms bent backwards. backwards. And Centurion was sitting looking possibly immobilized. The axe is working, but he's not rolling at all. Oh, that could be just big trouble for Centurion. And look at Splinter with that spinning move. Wow, a swirling dervish if I ever saw one. And it looks definitely to be Centurion's bad day out at the track, because the housebots are coming in, led by Dead Metal with that circular saw. And there goes the pit. The audience is yelling for it. They want to see Centurion buried. And there's Killerhurtz with Centurion in its clutches. Goodbye. And it's the fall of the Roman Empire, according to Team Centurion. So there it is. Centurion hit the pit. Small Torque and Splinter go through. Back to you, Joni.
They're tearing each other to pieces for a shot at the title. The best is yet to come as Robot Wars Grand Champions continues right after this.
Well, so far on Robot Wars Grand Champions, you would have seen Destruct-A-Bubble get a lobotomy and sent out of there. And then Centurion got a robo-spanking by getting gripped by Killerhurtz, tipped by Killerhurtz, and gypped about getting into the finals. So here's how it lines up. Small Torque will go up against Eric, but first up, Killerhurtz up against Splinter.
Stand by.
There's Killerhurtz, who proved themselves to be a force to be reckoned with. And Team Killerhurtz up at the booth. There's Splinter with those lateral axes. We haven't seen too much action out of those axes yet. Let's see if they can survive this one.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And Killerhurtz goes off and misses Splinter on evasive movement. Splinter with those axes clamping down on Killerhurtz, pushing Killerhurtz sideways around the arena. Well, they don't have too much power with those axes, but they certainly can grip. Killerhurtz gets out of the clutches. Killerhurtz hasn't been able to use that axe yet because they're getting broadsided all the time. They need a lateral axe themselves. Well, they've been on completely evasive movement since the beginning of this round as Splinter has dominated. Well, they certainly, if it goes down to the judges, will get damage, control, style, and aggression on their side. Splinter's done an awesome job of containing Killerhurtz. Killerhurtz has got to come back with some new little strategy as Shunt comes down with the axe now. And there we finally see Killerhurtz's axe go into the arena floor. Uh-oh, something's spinning and smoking out of Killerhurtz. It doesn't look good for Team Killerhurtz. They've only got their forward drive left. It seems might have lost their reverse altogether as the housebots come in for the kill. And Killerhurtz is in the wrong place at the wrong time now in that corner patrol zone where the housebots are going to come and make mincemeat out of that lifeless carcass of Killerhurtz. Poor Killerhurtz with a great design, too. These guys spent a lot of hours on that bot, only to have it drop-kicked down into the dungeon of dead bots. And look at Killerhurtz on a front wheelie, dragging Killerhurtz around in circles. Let him go. But he's rolling again. Oh, he's going to get a little bit of dig in before this one's over. But it's too little too late as they were immobilized halfway through this round. Wow, what a shame. Great bot, tough luck. So there it is, Killerhurtz's history. Splinter goes through to meet the winner of Small Torque or Eric. Next up.
Roboteers, stand by.
And there's Small Torque right there. I wonder who they named it after. And there's Eric, ominously named Eric, possibly because of the red guys.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Eric off to an aggressive start, makes Small Torque get out of the way real quick. Eric backing up over the flames. Well, he's got flames painted on there and flames coming out of the back. Wow, and a hot bot he is. Small Torque just trying to get any angle whatsoever so that grinder can do the most amount of damage. As Eric tries to get the flipper right under Small Torque. Remember, the clearance on Eric's flipper is awesome. It's got nearly 3 feet of lift on that thing, which certainly could put any bot out of the arena. He hasn't used it once. I wonder if it's working. As Small Torque goes right across the front of it, and Bash has trapped Small Torque and Eric into the corner patrol zone, but Small Torque gets out of harm's way. Small Torque has got to get some offensive move. Wow, there's the lifting arm. I guess it does work. Look at that lift. He's almost 3 feet off the ground with that arm. Beautiful design. And what's happened here is we've got Small Torque having a little small fire. Something's frying inside of that thing, and the housebot sense it's near the end for poor Small Torque. And Eric just better get out of the way of Killerhurtz if he knows what's good for him, because there's some metal mashing to be done, and his name wasn't on the card. Refbot tries to separate the wall and the grinder from Small Torque, but Bash comes in with the pincers, and it's all over. Well, you know what they say, torque is cheap. So here's how it looks. Eric is going to go up against Splinter in the final. Over to you, Joni.
One more battle left right after the break. Don't go away.
Welcome back to the final of Heat I in Robot Wars Grand Champion. So far, how they got there is Eric saw red, and then Splinter decimated the opposition by taking out Centurion and made Killerhurtz feel the pain. So this is what you've been waiting for. Eric up against Splinter in the final of Heat I.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Splinter with Team Ivanhoe, with Stewart at the controls of the weapon and Craig driving. There's Eric. And Eric, the red team.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Here we go for the final of Heat I. Splinter comes with arms wide open, trying to give Eric a little axe hug. And Eric's not having anything to do with him. Eric's backing out of the way, as the flames don't seem to slow him down a bit. Eric has got that arm, and he's gonna use it. You just got a feeling there could be some out-of-bounds flipping here. Splinter in with a hug. Splinter got him in the corner patrol zone. Brilliant tactics on Splinter's part to let the housebots do most of the damage. But Splinter looks a little impaled with one of his arms as well. Well, that axe has just got no power whatsoever. I guess it was for hugging after all. And Splinter gets out of the clutches as well as Eric. Splinter sizing up the opposition still from a distance this time, as Eric spins around and tries to get that wedge right under Splinter. Eric has got, by far, the best weaponry here. It's just a question of whether he can get around to use it. Splinter has definitely got the pushing power. As Team Ivanhoe look on intently. Eric's pinned up against the wall by Splinter, but Eric may back out of it, and he does. That lifting arm, boy, if Splinter could have that lifting arm, this thing would be all over, I'll tell you that. Now, Eric just hasn't had any luck until now to get underneath. Look at that. The arm just put Splinter up on its side momentarily. Look at that. Just one more little incremental lift, and it would have been all over for Splinter. But Splinter doesn't know it, because they're in it to win it. Trying to drive Eric back. If this has to go to the judges, I think Splinter may get it, because they were by far the most aggressive. As the seconds tick back, Eric takes one more trip to the wall via Splinter.
Cease.
There it is. It's all over. That was a beauty. Well, the Splinter boys are looking pretty happy with themselves. Well, while the judges are making their decision, let's look and see some of the carnage in that last round. As Splinter dominated Eric, pushing him all around. Didn't have much weaponry as far as those hugging arms were concerned. They were meant to be penetrating axes, but all they really did do was make sure to control Eric. Fortunately for the Splinter team, it was extremely effective. And there's judges' confirmation. Splinter go through to join the other 8 in the semifinals.
Splinter comes through a brutal all-out slugfest to join the likes of Chaos 2 and Tornado in the semifinals. I'm Joni. Join me next time when another batch of elite robots battle it out right here on Robot Wars Grand Champions.
That's right, Joni. Next time on Robot Wars, Stinger, Spikeosaurus, and Bulldog Breed 2 fight it out, and bigger brother Cloudhopper, Hammer and Tong will tussle it out. All that carnage and more on Robot Wars.